order, you know what I'm saying, for, just like family and things like that, because I just can't allow myself to be out here being so incompetent anymore. I just can't, just to deal with certain situations that come my way, or just be able to just to move differently, and then and just to have, like I said, things in order for my family. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than me. Of course, I want to benefit, but it's like, it's like I want to make sure they benefit as well.
Well, I'm like, let's get into it. You think you ready to get into it, or you want to kind of just kick it till you reach your destination?
I mean, it might be some things being recorded, but I'm okay.
Okay. I don't want to make you feel like I'm rushing you or nothing like that, because I'm like, if you want to push back, we can push back.
No, this is fine. I'm cool with that.
Okay. I ain't trying to be an inconvenience. I always work on your time, so you don't never gotta feel like your appointments with me is strict. Like I'm probably gonna be the only person you're gonna work with that's not so strict.
No. Let's. You know what? It's not even because I gotta. Once I get dropped off, I gotta go in punch. I ain't really gotta punch in. It's real simple, it's a process, but I'm gonna be paying attention the whole time. Well,
But
of course,
you
it's
do
being
have a
recorded.
recording too, so yeah,
Right.
I get the hint.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so this is where we left off at the last meeting yesterday. We talked about the warranties when you do not accept the draft, and we overstood how important it is to accept those drafts. We must recognize what we have. We must identify what we have so that we know that we do have something that is considered to be a check, something that is valuable.
Right.
Anytime we're dealing with a document, period. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just dealing with the bill in general, but since that's what we're talking about, the draft. So I really do want you to understand that you see drafts right here, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's what we're talking about. So that's why I'm not saying contract or we're talking about draft. We're talking about page one.
Okay. Well, we
You
talking
have
about what happens after the contract, right?
right. We talk about when you receive that bill in the mail, that first page.
Yeah. That
That's your
first
draft.
page.
Right.
You know what's okay? Okay. I mean, cut you off, but when I
No, come
seen
on.
my AT&T bill when it first came, like the first page, it don't even. It has the draft at the bottom, but it has something like whatever is above it. It shows like some type of promotional type of thing. It ain't even really like a.
Because
It's weird.
they're promoting for you to use the good. They're letting you know that you have special promotion. So special promotion is warranted to you that you can special interest arises. Use the document, sign it, accept it, and give that special promotion to a bank so they can certify the check.
Okay, because that's what I was confused about. Because when I had seen it, this was a while ago. Because when I seen it, I was like, okay, do I detach the bottom
It,
part, or because
it's
I'm like,
something
it makes
that's
sense.
going to be not to cut you off too. It's something that is going to be mentioned in your agreement, and it's something where they're going to be like special promotional offers. Whether you receive it or not, they're gonna have a dollar sign next to it. It's included within your contract and your agreement, so you must look at your agreement for what it is. Like literally, all of the options,
Okay,
because that's when
okay,
you will find or begin to find purpose in your actions.
okay, okay. Because okay. I gotta go. Obviously, look in my agreement.
Everything is pursuant to your agreement, and that's what I want you to take from volumes one and volumes two. That's what I want you to stay on task with, is that everything is according to your agreements, and your agreements wrote on a piece of paper, and your piece of paper is a record. That record is a document, and that is what we use in commerce no matter what level you're on. It's just that the title is going to change.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So what is your signature's effect? Your signature on a document is an authorized signature. So this is why they must have your signature all the time. This is why the negotiations happens by way of your signature. This is why they have electronic and they need that signature because your signature is the authorized signature. It is what is going to authenticate that record.
Okay.
A draw signature, like a merchant, is an unauthorized signature. So, like, whenever the seller or the merchant have that logo on the document,
Uh-huh.
that is unauthorized because it isn't a signature of a living being.
Okay. Right. Right. Because it's a corporation. They did.
Exactly. So
Hmm.
only the individual can come along and sign a document, add their writing on this written document.
Right. Get a value. Get
Exactly.
authorization. Hey, what's going on, man?
So we also want to give to someone else who gives value.
Okay.
Who would pay your
That
note
makes sense.
according to its terms? So the maker of the note, a corporation, a merchant will pay the document in whichever way was agreed in contracting. So they're going to look at the document, the actual draft, to see how it is that they must pay according to those terms. The maker or the drawer, they're going to look at something different. We're going to be looking at
Okay.
agreements, like I just told you before. So you're going to be getting your agreements where you have the terms and the conditions. And then when you receive that contract, you have the terms for the contract, how you are to use that.
Okay. Okay. I'm walking in. It might be a little loud. I'm walking into the building
Okay.
now. Just letting you know. But I'm listening.
Okay. What does certification require? It requires that a bank, upon acceptance and presentment, so in order for you to use this draft, use this bill that comes in the mail, it is required that you accept the document and present it. The way that you give or show your acceptance is by endorsing it, signing it, your signature, authorizing the transaction. After you
Okay.
authorize your transaction and you actually authenticate that valuable record that you have in your possession, then you're able to present it to another.
Okay.
So certification requires that upon acceptance and presentment, they tell the person who sent it.
Okay.
And
Got
it
it.
requires that the sender sends a letter to the drawer, whether it's a letter letting them know that they noticed a dishonor or they actually sent credit to the seller or maybe sent you a letter in the mail saying, okay, these funds were certified, whatever the case may be.
So they give us confirmation once they, like, I guess, received it and accepted it.
Exactly. Exactly. So we're
Okay.
either going to receive a substitute or excuse.
Okay. Now, do they sometimes when they all right send that, like, will they like kind of give you information, like say if it is, it's like you said, provisional, but there's something else that's missing, will they like give you like some type of
Mm,
like notice to
it
say,
truly
hey,
just
you know?
depends on
Okay.
who you're dealing with and what exactly you've done wrong and whether or not they recognize that you share common ownership and that you know that.
Okay.
If they recognize that you don't know that, then they'll tell you anything.
Okay. Okay. Because I didn't know if like they gonna be like real like strict, because I know it's about strict performance.
Oh no, when you
So
handle business, you handle business and everything is authorized and approved. We're never going to do
yeah,
anything without it being authorized and approved. We're not going to assume anything. Why? What are you afraid of? What are you scared of? Only the person who is not knowledgeable of what it is that they want to do is scared to talk about it.
got it. Okay.
They let us know on the back of the bill. Call us and request it. You must know how to do that as an individual. What's better than your live living voice?
To request the like the
Yeah,
refund
yeah,
or the full balance, the conformity.
yes, yes.
You
Or
know
for
what's so
whatever reason you find valid. Your document is going to tell you exactly what's going on because what about the what about the documents that come exactly as the amount agreed? What about your car note that come exactly as that amount? What's the problem with that? So it depends on what you have in your possession and it varies by the document that you have, the agreements that you've made, what you're dealing with. Only you
but
know that.
when right, but when all of okay, my question is this. So I'm just curious. Like, so wouldn't you be able to do that with everything because everything is prepaid to you?
I mean, for as long as you make an agreement.
Yeah, these
For as
payments
long
are
as you
in
have a
advance.
contract and an agreement and you have acquired something, there's no question about it.
Yeah,
Where's
because
your
you got
agreement
me thinking.
to prove it?
You got me thinking because I'm like, hold on, we receive these payments in advance
Absolutely.
to pay by the to make sure, obviously, so we
Hey,
can the due date. So when that would make sense to call and request a refund of that amount.
for way far more than you can imagine right now.
That's crazy.
So we must begin to overstand the information so that we move up levels, and we're not talking to them about something that makes no sense. We're not saying we got
Right.
a payment coupon. I got a negotiable instrument. I got like saying something crazy that they know already. Like, okay, you're not saying anything, so I'm not even understanding what you want to do. You know, and I know. So what do you want to do?
How do you want to handle this?
Exactly. And that's what people don't know. And that's what I'm just now realizing because I asked the question on Instagram. I asked everybody what did they struggle with the most. And they said knowing how to handle or execute the information that I see. So I'm like, okay, well, I see and I understand why more and more. And, because people are not taking the time to be present and overstand the information and truly look at what they see,
That's
truly feel the
crazy.
situations.
Wow. I don't know. You just put something in my head that I didn't even. You know what's so okay? I think you mentioned this in the first video. I remember you saying something about like you can just call and request, but it didn't click to me with you. I was still like, what is she talking about? That just made sense right now though.
So many people been having these moments. It's so funny. It's gonna
Wow.
start to make more and more sense. Everything that we're doing is gearing you up to what you truly need. Like, and you won't need me. That's the whole point. Like, the point of the mentorship is so that you don't need me. Like, y'all should be not asking me questions. You should be able to keep your private business to go find what you need to find.
You know what's so crazy? I mean, I'm gonna still need you. I don't know what you. I forget that. I'm gonna.
You not. That's the thing
Yeah.
about it. You not, and you gonna venture off so tough. You gonna be so surprised at yourself because all of those other classes that you bought from other people, you gonna go back and view those, and you gonna see them completely different. You never know where you gonna end up. Trust me,
Right.
it happen all the
Okay.
time. I got so many mentees doing better than me. Trust me, because they care about more than me. You know what I'm saying? So
I
trust me.
got you. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. That's you just made me think too about like I remember something like in the was it the billing or was it something like a billing error thing where you can
Mhm.
request a refund just like over $1 or something. It
Right,
was
and
some language like
they'll even tell you on the back of the bill, like, look, if you think we made a mistake, call this number. Don't call over the phone about no billing error. You're gonna lose some rights. They freaking tell you. Like,
right.
I think I'm gonna
Damn.
post it. I'm thinking I'm gonna post it on my story. I got so much stuff to post on my story, but I'm gonna just post it on my story because I done had so many different conversations with my mentees about things that are directly on the back of the draft that
You
maybe
but you
people don't see.
right. Like I've seen that on it's on my AT&T the back of my statement.
Send
Seen
it
that.
to me too. Text it to me. Send me a little snapshot if you can.
Okay. Yeah,
But
I'm gonna
yeah,
send it
like
to you.
that's what I'm saying. Like, we see it. Here we go, Article 1. We notice it, we know about it, but we're not knowledgeable of it.
Absolutely.
And when you think about what it is that we actually need to be knowledgeable of, it's the information. I
The
keep having to
foundation.
stress the people to be present and focus on the information. Focus on the information. I know you want to pay your bill. I know you got this going on. I know. Everybody do. Focus on the information so that you don't. There's 10% of people who do this, and it's for a reason. Focus.
Okay, and this is my last. I don't want to. Because I do want to stay on topic because I get
No,
we
but
get into our head.
you must elaborate like this so that you can get these moments. So no, you're fine. Trust me, you're fine. It's a
So
part
when
of
you
the
doing
how.
right, no, for real. So when you're doing something like that, when you're doing that request and all that, so how does that correlate to like the APR and like putting it into flow and because it's like this is a different. That would be like a different
Because
process if you're not
that'll be what the company is able to gain from the transaction. No different than where we're able to gain the good from the transaction they made with the bank. They're able to gain that APR percentage, whatever that minimum payment was. Not
Okay.
me, but them.
Damn. That's what we want them to do. We want them to gain. We want them to benefit.
Exactly, because everybody must benefit. So they gonna get their price, and the merchant gonna get the full price, and everybody is happy. We're just transferring payment from one account to another. That's all.
Mm. Okay. That's pretty interesting. That's funny. That's funny. Now it makes sense because I do remember seeing like, and even in Tiller, like I think it was
Mhm.
16, 15 when it was talking about like prepayment
Yep.
and or something like prepayments, and I never really understood what it was for prepay, but that now it makes sense. It is everything is prepaid to us. You know what I'm
And
saying? So
and seeing that is what got people stuck on remittance transfers, and people is believing that they telling them how to do it, and they're not. They're telling them about a process that is happening.
okay, a process that's happening.
Overstating that, yeah, not that's where I'm about to go in who I need to call, because it sounds like you to the T, because that's what's happening. Not what you're going to be doing, or you know what I'm saying, it's not what you're a part of. Think about who you are in the capacity that you work in. That should let you know reading it is not what you do, but what's happening.
It's part of the process after you transfer these
Exactly,
documents. Yeah,
100%.
yeah, it has nothing to do with you. That's nice. It's like you're trying to do more than what you need supposed to do, like act in
Right,
your own
they're
capacity.
just giving you the information, giving you the law, giving you
Yeah,
the disclosure, giving you the requirements, if ever the requirement. Notice it's not law, but the requirement, if ever you decide to receive your bill in the mail and decide that it or consider it being valuable,
exactly.
because
That's
it's our choice.
that is crazy. That is in that, like you said, be present so you can know who's speaking to who and know like this has nothing to do with you. It's just giving you a just an idea or like some type of process of what goes
Me,
on.
money, it's
You know what
energy. It's so all over the
I'm
place.
saying? Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, I'm following.
Okay, great. So, what constitutes dishonor? Dishonor, it varies upon the type of instrument that you're going to be dealing with, and whether or not the instrument is actually presented or presentment is made. A demand note is dishonor if the maker does not pay it on the day of its presentment. So, whenever you receive that instrument in the mail, that constitutes dishonor. Who dishonored that good that you just received possession of?
Fellas,
Okay. So they dishonor that good. Now, Constitution also is going to depend on whether or not you present the good that was dishonored by the seller. If you do not, then it's going to constitute your dishonor, especially if you do not do it by the pay date, like we just
absolutely.
discussed, you know?
Mhm.
So it's going to
That's
constitute
all.
dishonor both ways. Dishonor could be a good thing, or dishonor could be a bad thing.
Mm. It could
But
be a
these
good
select,
thing or bad thing, right?
no, go ahead.
Well, I said I was just repeating what you said. You said it could be a good thing or a bad thing because we want to sell it to this honor.
Exactly. They must for a certain amount of time, though. Don't play, because they
Right,
gonna honor
right,
it if you don't hit by this due date.
right.
They
Yeah,
self.
it's only
Now,
temporary.
right now on that bill, you're gonna see a specified signature. You're gonna see a handwriting on that document now, but not before, because they can't accept it yet. They have to give you a chance. They must dishonor it.
Right, we hold the true power. So,
We just
but
share
if we
equity. We share security interest. We
security
gave
interests,
them
right?
equity, so we share security interest. So they must send us that document showing that they also share security interest with us and the person they tell us to send it to.
Right, because we all working. It's like we supposed to be all like working in a relationship together,
Right. Exactly.
even though we may not know the name
Whether it's
person.
disclosed, undisclosed,
No,
you know,
right.
identified, unidentified,
So it's like an implied relationship.
and one that can be expressed.
And we can be a friend. Yeah.
And that agreement is what help does that. The information, the terms, the words, the definitions
Okay.
is what implies this sort of relationship that should warn to you that there's some transferability
And stability. Mhm. I love it.
or negotiability.
Negotiability. Yeah.
So if you know what money is, you're not thinking about cash at all. They don't have to say do not pay cash. They can use terms that indicate and make one discover not to pay cash. Money, that is USD.
Now
Here we go.
my out. I'm sorry, my bad.
Here we go again with implied and express warranty. They all give
Yeah,
us warranty. Look, we
yeah. The way I look at money now, just after just like these few weeks of talking here, is like crazy. I don't even like money is not what I used to think money was. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like you said, money to me now is just like the energy, the like you even just shared something on your story. I just see you said recycle. You
man
know, it's just like it's like it's just the circulation. You know what I'm saying? Keep recycling this energy over and over and over, and just for me, that's
happily. But if you're not
happy money.
happy deep down, then you're not about to be circulating this happy money. You about to be stressed out and worried about circulating that unhappy money. And that brings energy. And that is just alignment I don't want. I don't overstand it.
Exactly.
I used to. So that's why I understand it. Trust me. Because I was not grew up this way. So I know, I get it. But I also get it when people aren't focused. Because I'm like, y'all not understanding. I understand each level y'all gonna go through. I swear to God. Been there.
You already
My purpose is to stop y'all from going through that, but people is still taking themselves through that because they anxious. The number one thing the Bible said, don't be anxious. When it's like it's
right.
coming, like feel yourself first, and then you'll begin to see the fruits of your labor because you'll begin to be present, and you'll see the gifts that you
Foundation,
receive in the
information.
mail.
Absolutely. The gift that you just posted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I love it. I love happy.
we act
I
in
love
honor, but we dishonor these goods. As an individual, you act in honor, but we're going to dishonor these goods, these dead persons that we are enslaving people with on paper.
absolutely. We
So, who is
dishonor it by
the
transferring it.
period? Circulating it, keeping the flow.
Yeah.
It's about stocks and flow.
Stock and
And the
flow.
stocks that we're receiving is these financial assets, and we must put them in flow. We must circulate them. If you're talking
Yeah.
about money, if you're talking about energy,
Yeah.
you got to
Like you
use
said.
some.
No, yeah, yeah.
No, no, you're fine.
I don't mean to cut you off. I like when you be talking, so I don't want to. I don't want to
No, no,
interrupt you.
no. Mm-mm.
No, well, like you just said, we must put them in flow, and like even when I like every statement that damn that I read is talking about the Wall Street Journal, and it's talking
Yeah,
about the financial markets and stuff, the
the
APR. I'm
treasury.
like the Treasury, yeah. It just makes sense. Like it makes sense. It's like funny to me, like how this is like really just makes sense.
And the average person is not looking at that. Like nobody is looking at that. The people, that because the people who are looking at it ain't truly looking at it. So people not looking at it.
Hell no, they that goes over their head. They're not even thinking about
Yeah.
nothing. They're not even reading anything to even think about that. You
They
know,
open it up, look straight at the price, like how much I owe. Goddamn.
even the APR,
They can't
like
even afford it.
yeah, the APR, what's that? The percentage of a finance charge or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even when it comes to the APR, we supposed to be paying a finance charge. Why not? Why aren't you including the APR? It's just all like kind of like making sense. Like like, why aren't you including that?
Just gotta keep connecting the dots.
Yeah, just connecting the dots. But yeah, I don't mean to go off topic, but it's just like every time you like say something, like something kind of sparks in my mind, and I just like whatever.
No good. You gotta talk about it, keep it alive so you can think about it when we get off and then it grows. Plant the seed.
Right? Absolutely,
So, who is the
absolutely.
direct beneficiary of value? That's going to be an accommodation party. That's going to be you. So, if ever you receive your bill in the mail, you are in direct possession of value. You're receiving that because you are the accommodated party as an individual. As an individual, As an individual, you receive your bill in the mail due to accommodation. You're receiving some value. You're the direct beneficiary of value. And when you receive, you extend your credit to another when you decide to enter into a contract. So whenever you initiate an agreement or whenever you accept your value that comes in the mail, you're extending your credit to another. You're extending your beneficiary value to another. You're going to transfer what is called transfer beneficiary rights.
I heard that. I heard you say that before.
They're
Transfer,
gonna,
transferee, transferer. Yeah,
then they're going to be accommodated.
yeah. And then they receive the beneficiary rights of what we had by us transferring
And
the
they can
document
possess
transfer title.
all of the rights and ownership titles to the document and benefit, just as we did.
Right.
So
I
we
love it.
must identify what we have, truly.
Okay.
So, what makes you liable? We all know that our signature is very powerful because when we sign, it's our liability or it determines our liability. So, each and every time you put your signature on a document, you're liable to that document. Only the individual can sign. So, the individual is liable to do something with the document. It makes you liable.
Yeah. Okay.
And anytime you go to court or anything like that, they show you that signature to impose liability on you, showing non-performance and non-payment,
Okay.
proving it, using their parole evidence to do it.
Yeah.
So, what is discharge? Discharge means that the obligated individual. So, notice that I'm talking about you. Go look in the mirror. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Discharge means that when the obligated individual is relieved of his liabilities to the instrument, not the consumer, not the natural person, but you, the individual. Because
Exactly.
that consumer is under contract for 72 months or however much or long your contract is.
Exactly. The
So,
individual, no.
yeah, so the individual is relieved of his liabilities on the instrument by payment, cancellation, and tender of that payment. So each payment you receive, you're going to be canceling that payment by tendering it to someone else, remitting it as an individual. That's how you're going to be discharged. If you sign it.
Gotcha. We got you. That makes sense.
Okay, the individual is going to keep doing that until
Yeah.
it fully represents the consumer and commerce well.
Absolutely. And
In good faith.
that's kind of like where I'm so like overstanding like the separation like between the consumer, the natural person, and the individual. Just knowing like just who I am. Like you know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's a
saying?
partnership,
Partnership, right? It's a partnership with the
association.
consumer. Association, exactly. Well,
So, what warranties do you make when you receive that sort of consideration? That means that you're entitled to enforce that instrument. You're not receiving your bills for no reason. I mean, unless you feel like you're receiving it to pay for it, like USD. Other than that, the only reason why you specifically is receiving that document, that draft, is because you're the person who is entitled to enforce it. That right transferred to you from the seller.
okay.
They gave you the document. They made sure you got it. They dishonored it to you. Had they not dishonored it to you, you would have never had a chance to use it. Now they at fault. Now
That's
they done.
power though.
Yeah. And people hate receiving a bill. I
Right.
understand.
You got it right to enforce something. You got the power
Mhm.
to make, you know what I'm saying, to just exercise
To
the
help
right,
somebody else.
yeah. So that you and another person benefit. You got a lot of power when
Right.
when not only you benefit, but you can allow others to benefit as well.
By sacrificing your payment, canceling it out so somebody else can benefit from it.
Exactly. That's crazy. Wow.
So you receive it because you are the person who is entitled to enforce that instrument. You also warn when you receive that sort of consideration that the signatures are authenticated and authorized. So that means that when you take that document and you consider it being something of value, you're going to be signing it. You're going to be warranting that the person who received that document see authenticated and authorized signatures. Two
Mm,
things: authenticated and authorized. So now we can have signature and stamp
okay. Signature and stamp.
from the seller and the merchant.
Right. They got the okay, got
Dead
you.
people, shit. Them the persons, you the individual.
Yup, they got the logos and symbols.
Exactly. You also warn when you receive that sort of consideration that you have absolutely no knowledge of insolvency. You can pay. You don't have to cease to pay. You're not in a position not to pay. You have a bona fide dispute that you can make. So we have
Right.
no knowledge of being insolvent whatsoever. We can make payment. We can pay. We do have
Right.
enough money.
Exactly. No, because it's like when you taking these documents, like you said, when the document is being presented to you, you're not accepting that. You're not looking at the document like it's worthless or like it's any
Exactly.
defects. You know what
I
I'm saying?
take it
You
for
looking at
its present value. If I see
exactly
$100 on the document and I know I agreed to receive this $100, I know I'm in possession of $100,
right. You're in possession of $100,
or at
something
least a
that's worth
document
something.
that's worth that much.
Or the worth, right?
I'm
The
sure I
document
can
that's
get
worth something.
finance for somewhere and receive some credit.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
So how do you sign as an individual? How can you indicate that you're an individual? Of course, we always sign free and clear, so that's fine. You also may sign your name as an agent, warranting to the person that received the document that you are representing somebody else. You are taking on that role. The role of an agent isn't claimed in your position, it's already applied, it's already been appointed.
Right.
You also may sign your name as an agent for your all caps name, letting them know that you're representing the estate and everything that you're doing is in trust. You
Everything
have
you're
a
doing is
trust
in trust.
relationship with them.
So you can just like I'm not gonna say blank endorsement, but it's more so like you. So when you sign your name in
They
all
send us
capital
the
letters,
blank endorsement to give us the chance to say what's up.
right? Wow. So you can say like, okay, agent four. Okay, agent four. I got you.
And the basis, the underlying thing that you need to understand is that each relationship that you're in is done in trust. You guys trust one another. You trust that you're going to pay these documents because you agree, you promise to pay them. It's done in trust. It's backed by credit. It's done. I trust you to do it. They're going to do it. They've never not done it
Mm.
because our relationship is built on trust. They taking on that role of the agent because you're not.
Okay. Agent. Okay, they letting you know. Okay, I got you. I like using that
They
word.
telling you
Make,
they representing your principle because you ain't doing a good job at doing it, and you hired to do a
mm.
job. Ain't that some stuff?
That's
But
crazy though. That's
I'm
pretty
gonna
much what they
do
saying. That's literally what they saying. Like, since you don't want to take on the role of managing your account as the agent or the account holder, then we're gonna do. If you don't want to manage your principal, here we go. We got you. We're gonna take all your credits.
But in reality, the actual individual that isn't even involved in commerce at all is the one who's supposed to be benefiting from the estate, benefiting from that trust relationship, and so does the
Mhm.
person who they enter into one with.
Right.
So it's okay that they do that. If your relationship is built on trust, you can't get mad at me for doing what you lack.
Exactly. You really can't.
That's selfish because you're not sharing.
I gotta do your job for you. That's crazy.
Right. To make this relationship work, to keep this relationship going. Or if we just gonna get out of it, then I'm just gonna sue you to get all my money back.
Huh. Nah, that's
I
so.
was giving you payment.
Mm-hmm. You tried to sue me and you ain't even doing your job. Like what?
Being all
You got,
mad and angry.
you
Like,
got the audacity. You
yep.
got the audacity to try to sue me and because you received payments and didn't know what to do with those payments.
And then got the nerve to say the judge be mean. Okay, stupid. It's like, no, let me stop. That's not nice. But no, for real.
But it's like but it's real
That's
talk.
what they be thinking, though. That's just what they be thinking. That's not what I think. That's what they be thinking. Cause you can tell they
Right,
be fed the fuck up. They be frustrated. They be irritated. Like
right.
for real, you can tell. Cause you hear people say it. The judge was so rude. They was so yeah. Cause you in there and saying stuff that they already know, and like not getting to the point of it, wasting the court's time and all of that, and they upset, telling stuff that don't need to be out on record to the public, just doing it.
Man, I don't know how people be getting away with these settlements and
Cause it's
you know,
like, shoot, you gonna stop them at some point, like for real. So yeah, let's just settle off so we don't even make it here. Like it's definitely, possible. So I'm not saying that, necessarily their way is wrong because it's possible. It's just that you got to put up a fight to do it. And if you're okay with that, then cool. Some people get a thrill and a rush, out of that. You could do it. It's an avenue that you could go down, or you could just be peaceful. And that's just what the law requires.
right.
Peaceful. And the
Okay.
requirement of peacefulness isn't necessarily what they have to abide by.
Mm,
So
okay.
they get the trust that they want to make. Because these debt collectors doing this, so might as well do it back to them too.
He
But it's
definitely
like if
definitely doing it.
everybody was just knowledgeable of what they actually agreed to, it would demolish that sort or type or the ugliness that third party debt collectors, have on them.
I was just gonna say something too, similar to that. That's like, yeah, if we just stayed in compliance to these terms, these third party debt collectors wouldn't even matter. Like they wouldn't have
Mhm.
no job. Like they wouldn't have any.
No
Like they
job.
wouldn't even like for real. Like they would have nothing to do. You know what I'm saying?
But that would never
So
happen. Would never happen. Like
yeah, I
they
know.
sound
Yeah.
they secure at this point. It's 2023. They secure trust. The United States is letting us know they in hella debt, so they straight.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of work. Yeah, they will. Yeah, the United States definitely got trillions of dollars. Yeah, they got a lot of work to do out
They
here.
straight.
Yeah, but yeah, that's just funny. Just that's cool. I'm just just want to hear play that back this video again. It's just I love it.
Good, good. And you also may sign as the accommodation party, just letting
Okay.
the other person know that the individual received the good by accommodation, and then they'll know that that person was in direct possession of value, so they'll take it. It's okay, cool. They know that by you transferring the document signed to them that way, they're also in possession of the same value, and they can be accommodated. That's why they're in
Mm,
possession for accommodation.
got it. Got it. Now it makes sense because I've seen people put like a accommodating party on. Now it makes sense because I get it. Okay, now I just get it because I just understand that when you do transfer that bill, they have the thing rights possession of the
And
document.
notice that
So
they're doing all of this by the way that they're signing. They're not sending
yeah,
any notices. That you don't have to do that. The way that you sign gives the instruction and the direction, along
instruction and
with
direction.
whatever piece of paper you're dealing with that has the information inscribed on it.
Right. That's the negotiation and your endorsement. Okay.
And that is value two.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yes, you went through value one and value two. So we'll meet again. And any questions that you have from the volumes that we did go over, we'll cover those questions and I bring more clarity to them. And then you'll take your exit exam. And from
Okay.
your exit exam, we'll take it from there. I'll check it. If I feel you need to take it again, I'll let you take it one more time. And then after that, we're gonna provide clarity.
Okay. I'm ready. So I have my questions, I guess, for next week.
Okay.
Uh-huh. I mean, I
That'll
guess
be
I'm assuming.
too. So just message me, whenever. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen. But just how do you feel now that you're at the end of volume one and volume two? Like, what type of idea do you have about commerce and your agreements, and just what goods are, just general goods and services? Like, what do you think about commerce and its purpose?
I think that okay, it's a lot of different things. So I feel like there cannot be like you can have credit without debt, but you can't have debt without credit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it just only makes sense that the two can cancel each other out. And by seeing that we are the ones that offer, as individuals, what I'm saying, being alive, being, full of abundance, what I'm saying, having this energy, we are the ones that can offer the credit, what I'm saying? And just putting it out there in commerce so that we can benefit from what the energy I'm all over the place, but
We
from the energy
possess.
that we put out, what I'm saying? So we can benefit from the energy that we give out, and everything that we put out has to come back to us because credit and debt go hand in hand. That's how, but when it comes to like commerce and everything like that, I feel good about like from where I like initially thought about commerce to now, and just seeing just like it's bigger than making contracts just with this company. It's like it's like universal. Like this is a domestic level. This is a foreign level. Everything is pretty much commerce. Everything is contracting or agreements and having a promise to another. And it's like you said, it's uniform across the board. You know what I'm saying? And it's like these are governed transactions that take place everywhere you go. And just being able to understand that when you do enter into these transactions, that it's not just about services. It's not just about you got a service. This company provide a service to you, but it's also about goods that goes along with the service because most people just think about services and not the goods. And now, just from
You
these
went
volumes,
completely out. That's crazy. You just
huh?
came back in when you said people are only worried about the services and not the goods. That's crazy. You went
Oh,
out for a second.
yeah, I was saying, so you
I
had,
know,
oh,
right?
damn. So yeah,
I got the gist though from.
okay, so I was saying like I just got a more clarity um that this contracting is just like it's not just about okay, you have a contract with this company, but it's more bigger, it's more broader than that. It's more layers. It's like you got, contracting, then you got these goods, and then you got the, domestic and foreign level of contract. It's just universal. You know what I want? Yeah. It's just a universal language, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like it's not just about services too. It's more so like you got to understand like if you do get inside a contract, you are contracting for goods and services, and it's not just the services, but the UCC covers the goods that's described in the contract, and um, it's just for me, it's just like knowing that okay, when I receive a bill in the mail, that this is something that is for my use. This is my personal property. This is something that I contracted to receive that I can use and I can put into the flows, put it to circulate this money. This is happy money. This is positive energy, positive numbers. This is what I contracted to receive. And this is what I want to have, not no negative number. I'm just like, it's hard for me to explain it, but I get the
You
gist of like,
requested that.
yeah, and then we got so much power to like where once we exercise or use our power, others can have the right to share in this power, with us. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so like it's like a teamwork thing. Like when you contracting and all this stuff, it's more so teamwork. Like working together. It's not working against each other. You know what I'm saying? And trying to sue one another and trying to harm one another. It's all about just
No damages
everybody
to one another.
creating a balance for everybody to benefit from, and just knowing that like even credit, like just knowing that credit is not just my credit score, it's not just none of that. It's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? And everything has hold on, I'm in McDonald's, they loud.
Mhm.
Uh just for me though, just like understanding that like the truth about credit, and it comes from what I've been assigned to because I am a living, you know, I am a, I am alive, I am living, and it's really the credit comes from me. So it comes from me, and I've been assigned something to enter into the realm of commerce so that I can utilize and benefit across the board as a living,
Right. Being
as an
free.
individual. Yeah, being
Right.
free. And like you said, happy money does grow on trees because this fucking paper comes from the trees.
Right. They took a dang branch and did exactly that, manufactured a lot of things that we use.
Yeah, yeah. So and just like you said, that's like I really it's hard to I'm trying to get all my thoughts out as fast as I can, but um just like even just like overstanding like the credit limits, like you was telling me, and it's a what I'm saying. I kept thinking it's the credit limit is just it's just say 5,000 limit. That's my credit limit, and now realizing that no, if I
Because
want to look at my
you know deep down that you was gonna be paying with cash, money,
right.
like USD.
Right. So if I know I'm going to be exactly deep down, that's what I kept thinking. But when I know I'm not about that life no more, and I know I'm removing myself
Right.
from that, when I know thank you. I mean, when I know I'm removing myself from that lifestyle, I know I'm using documents to pay with, and my credit limit has everything. How you doing? My credit limit has everything to do with what those documents
Period.
require. You know what I'm saying? So with those documents say whatever that amount is, that's my, what I'm saying? If that APR, if that cash balance, whatever, that cash advance, okay, that's my credit. I'm not thinking about nothing else but that.
Period. That's the
Yeah, so
requirement.
yeah, and but the main thing though, for real though, that just like the understanding is that all I need to really focus on, I'm not gonna say all I really need to focus on, but the main thing I do that I did take from this is that everything is just about paper and documents. It has nothing to do with USD. So as long as I keep my focus on those documents and understanding like the value of those documents and how they are, that they represent value, then it's like I'm not even thinking about USD when it comes to like
As
making
long
payments.
for as long personal property, you're always going to get real property. Whether that real property is a house, a car, or a USD, it's going to come to you naturally from dealing with the personal property. That's why we deal with goods and services, personal property and real property. So you're going to get both. You just have to be patient and balance it out. You have to
Right.
understand both so that you make them equally yoked.
Exactly.
Leverage.
Exactly.
Leverage,
Leverage.
people want to call it, but leverage the credit. And this is literally how you do that. You leverage the credit, you're naturally going to get property, real property, like the USD, real property of the United States of America, or a car, real property of Ford, or a house, real property of whoever own it.
Exactly. No, absolutely. And then utilize the goods,
Your
utilize the
benefit.
personal property to your benefit.
Yep. Because the real property for them is they own that. It's theirs
Right. No,
until it
absolutely.
becomes a part of your world.
Right. Right. No, and then just utilize the real property too, because for my benefit and for the benefit of others too. So it's not
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm thinking about, I'm just, I'm in this trying to be
Sharing,
selfish.
caring, loving,
Yeah.
trusting,
Yeah.
present, gifting, considering, valuing.
Right. Right. Oh yeah. So I got more things, but it's just like, I'm just trying to give you what I can off the top of my head.
No, I definitely just from, our previous sessions and things like that, I know that you understand. You like clearly. I knew that you got it before you joined the mentorship. So I know that the guidance was pretty much all you needed. So I know that you're gonna do way more than what you think you're gonna do.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I just, I'm just taking it, like I said, I'm taking it step by step, and I'm not going venturing off doing anything else other than what you already, than what you asked me to do. So just trying to keep building that foundation and that understanding because it's just it didn't make it's funny because I had a conversation like with my friend yesterday, and we was talking about he was just talking about like so he was just like kind of like trying to challenge me or he was saying like, hey, so if I make a payment if I pay with USD, like if I make a payment to my car, it's $900, and I pay with USD, and it says the full, it brings the full balance down and blah blah blah. And I was like, hey, look, bro, you that's the first thing you're thinking. First thing you're doing wrong, you're paying with USD. So if you're paying with USD towards that balance, you still
Towards
not
the
paying the interest,
principal and not
right?
the
Towards the
interest.
principal. That's what I keep saying. And he was like, well, but the full balance is the principal and interest. I'm like, it's not.
And
That's
this
not the
is where
principal.
people get confused because the moment that they get sued, they be like, "How I owe this much when this one I paid down?" They saying I owe this much in interest. Yeah, because you were never paying towards the interest. You were paying the principal first, and then the interest after, because you was not doing your part in sharing.
Exactly.
Simple,
Exactly.
like
But
really
yeah,
simple.
and then I just tried to, tell them like, look, because I'm trying to find that one person that I can communicate with this, but it's hard, and it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna just say, I don't even worry about it.